I'm your host, Colin Big C. McGuire, and we're going to recap the Alabama-Arkansas game and do a preview of the Texas A&M game. This past Saturday, Alabama played Arkansas at Fayetteville, Arkansas, and special teams made it an adventure for Alabama. The first two punts Alabama received from Arkansas were fumbled back to the Razorbacks. Christian Jones tried to field a punt with a bunch of Razorbacks around him, and he fumbled it, and they recovered. Alabama stiffened up and held them to try a field goal, and there was a bobbled snap on that, so they escaped a three-point edge there. Then Alabama punt hit an Alabama player, number 21, Maurice Smith, a freshman, and they recovered it, and Arkansas had a chance of going over and scoring a touchdown. But thanks to Trey DePriest making a heads-up play and causing a fumble before the running back crossed the goal line, the ball went out of the end zone for a touchback. Alabama only had the ball for 6 plays in the first quarter versus Arkansas having it for 25. And what was the biggest thing was both teams had powerful running attacks, and both teams were stymied. Alabama was entering the game that day with number 3 in the nation in rushing defense, and Arkansas was number 7 in rushing offense, and Alabama held the Razorbacks to 89 yards rushing. Alabama only gained 67, but a touchdown pass in the fourth quarter from Blake Sims to DeAndre White helped Alabama to win. But the biggest play was after Arkansas's first touchdown, right before the half. Jonathan Allen blocked the extra point kick, and Arkansas did go up 13-7 in the third quarter, but Alabama scored, and then the defense just held them in check, and then Landon Collins made a great interception with 1:59 left in the game to preserve the win, and all Alabama had to do was run out the clock. But still, penalties is a frustration for Coach Saban with the team here. They did a better job, but the bad thing was that penalties came at inopportune times. So what Alabama's going to have to do is play better in that department and eliminate the turnovers, and they still have a chance of winning the national championship. All they got to do is just like what Al Davis used to say with the Oakland Raiders, just win, baby. Now we're going to talk about the history of the Alabama-Texas A&M series. They played in 2 bowl games, the 1942 Cotton Bowl and the 1968 Cotton Bowl. Alabama split, winning the 42 Cotton Bowl and losing the 1968 Cotton Bowl, but also played 4 times in the regular season. Now, what we're going to talk about now is the first game Alabama ever played against Texas A&M was the 1942 Cotton Bowl. That was the first bowl game Alabama played in outside the Rose Bowl. The last bowl game they played in before playing in the Rose Bowl was the 1938 It was the 1938 Rose Bowl before they went to the 1942 Cotton Bowl. Now, the thing that was really unusual about this game is Texas A&M had 13 first downs to Alabama's 1. Alabama only gained a total of 75 yards total offense to Texas A&M's 315. The way how Alabama ended up beating them, the 1 touchdown Alabama scored was a 72-yard punt return by Jimmy Nelson. Holt Rast, who was an All-American defensive end, turned an interception back for a touchdown. But Texas A&M, listen to this, threw the ball 41 times, completed 14 passes, and had 7 intercepted. I don't know why they kept on throwing the ball, but they did. And also, they had 6 fumbles, and Alabama recovered 5. So A&M committed a total of 12 turnovers, and Alabama got ahead of them 29-7, and then they put the third team in, and they scored 2 more touchdowns to make it a lot closer. But statistically, it was a nightmare for Alabama from a statistical standpoint. From a yardage standpoint, Alabama got killed, but A&M was given the ball away, and that's how Alabama was able to win its first bowl game outside the Rose Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, on January 1st, 1942, beating Texas A&M 29-21. And then when they joined the conference in 2012, talking about A&M, lost for the first time in Alabama 29-24 in Tuscaloosa. And then this past year, and not last year, in 2013, had that wild shootout with Johnny Football winning 49-42. The trivia question for today's show is, name 3 Alabama head coaches who were also head coaches at Texas A&M. After the Okay, we'll be back. When we come back, we'll do the matchups between Alabama and Texas A&M after these messages. All right, what we're going to do now, we're going to do the matchups between Alabama and Texas A&M, and this is how the two teams match up. Alabama's rushing offense is number 31 in the country versus Texas A&M's rushing defense, which is number 81. Texas A&M's rushing offense is number 66, while Alabama's rushing defense is number 3. And Alabama's done a better job on the turnover margin. They're getting better at it, but it's still real high. But they're number 95, talking about Alabama is, while Texas A&M is 114 in the nation in turnover margin. I'm going to predict how I think the ball game's going to turn out Saturday. I'm going to go with Alabama 31, Texas A&M 21. Alabama's offensive line plays better. They might score more points, but I'm going to go with that for right now. But the Tide will win 31-21. The trivia question. Name the 3 Alabama head coaches who are also head coaches at Texas A&M. The answer is Paul Bear Bryant. He was the head coach at Texas A&M from 1954 to 57, and the head coach at Alabama from 1958 to 1982. The second guy, a man that was the head coach at both places, was Coach Gene Stallings from 1964 to 1971 at Texas A&M, and then at Alabama from 1990 to 1996. And then the last one was Dennis Franchione. He did a little different. He was the head coach at Alabama first in 2001 and 2002, and then from 2003 to 2007 at Texas A&M. All right, we got a new segment on this show called GradingCollegeFootball.com. It's a system I've come up with. It's a point system. You play somebody like Alabama and beat them, you get 3 points. You play somebody like Troy, you get 2 points, and you play somebody like Appalachia. No. You play somebody like Western Carolina or Chattanooga, you earn 1 point. When you beat an unranked team at home, you get 1 point. Unranked team on the road, 2 points. Ranked team at home, 3 points. And unranked team, 4 points. So this is what I got for this week. Number 1 is Mississippi State with 29 points. Ole Miss in second place with 27. Florida State with 26. Baylor with 25. Marshall, the surprise team here, with 24. Number 6 is Notre Dame with 22. Number 7 is Georgia with 21. Number 8 is Auburn with 20. Number 9 is Oregon with 18. And tied for 10th is Oklahoma and Arizona with 17 points. And tied for 12th is Alabama and Arizona State with 12 points. And want to thank you for your time being with us this week. I want to thank everybody like us on Facebook. Let your friends and neighbors know about it. I also want to let you know I have a show Monday through Friday at www.JockJive.com, Talking Sports with Big C, and also go to also got www.gradingcollegefootball.com for point system on grading college football teams, and also like us on Facebook with Talking Bama Big C. For next week, I'm your host, Colin Big C McGuire. You have a great week, and roll, Tide, roll!